Morning, folks. My name is Phil Gallagher. I run ThrabenU University, a site for legacy death and taxes. Today we are going to be trying out a new deck. That is the Hogaak Depths deck. In the past, we've sometimes seen these Dark Depths, hybrid depths, like the Dark Depths Thopter Sword deck from eons past. And this is kind of the latest iteration of that. The traditional way to win is to just go and, get your Thespian stage, get your Dark Depths, go and produce a Merit Lodge. And you also have Vampire Hexmage as your other enabler. The backup plan is a bunch of graveyard-based synergy, primarily in the form of Hogaak as a finisher, although you also go and get Elvish Reclaimer as like both a tutor engine and like a baby Tarmogoyf as well. It's a different enabling condition, but this shouldn't be too hard for your deck. So because of this graveyard-based synergy, you also have like Cabal Therapy, Stitcher Suppliers, Satyr Wayfinders going with this package. So why would you play this versus like traditional Turbo Depths or traditional Slow Depths? Number one, traditional Slow Depths is a little worse right now due to Renin 6 running around. Renin 6 pings like the Bobs and the Hex Mages and is a little annoying in that regard while also recurring Wastelands. So like having some bodies that are bigger or more expendable bodies to go and play around Edicts is a great sort of path to victory. Another reason to go and play this is because this is a legendary creature, and Karakas is at a relative low in the metagame right now. A lot of the D&T sort of decks have been hated out by the Renin 6 and Plague Engineer decks. So it's a safe time for most of your game plan to be exposed to Karakas. I'm playing DN Solver's list from a 5-0 either last week or the week before. I'm not sure that it's optimal. Like, number one, it's 61 cards. Like, it's very possible that this should be just, like, 3 of these in a 60-card deck. But I'm not going to, like, knock it till I try it. Number two, the sideboard seems very specialized to the point where, like, this deck isn't going to board very many cards. Basically, ever. So I'm not sure that I like this exact deck list, but I want to give it a go and see how it feels. Should run a Life from the Loam. That's very possible. So, like, you get graveyard synergy from leaving them in the graveyard for this. I guess it's just these two. So, like, it is possible, like, a 1 of Life from the Loam's pretty good. But I don't know if it's necessary. I'm not really one to go and change a deck list before I've played it with, like, my own personal thoughts most of the time. Like, sometimes I'll make small changes, adjust a sideboard or something like that. But I want to start mucking with the main deck until I really understand what's going on. Hope things are going well for everyone. Girlfriend's out of town until Wednesday night, so I figured I'd probably do a stream at some point today and then another one tomorrow. I also need to record next week's daily D&T videos. Suppose I'll keep this. I don't really know my order of operations for, like, in which order to go and play these various cards. So I do know that I'm going to have a turn 3 Merit Lodge, assuming my Vampire Hexmage can resolve. I can also just make an 8/8 relatively quickly between, like, the Fetch Land and the Stitcher Supplier. I wonder if this is a time to play around a Wasteland and just, like, fetch a Swamp. Probably not. Let's start with plan A, being assembling things that are good at producing a merit lodge. And then if that fails, I'll go to plan B. Plan B will just finish my opponent in 2 hits. So that's cool. Crop rotation. That's mighty cool. I'll still ram this out into days. If it doesn't get answered, it's just an immediate win. And if it does get answers, that's 3 cards in graveyard. This will be up to 6 cards in graveyard. I have a wasteland, right? I do have a wasteland. So I can cast crop rotation, get a wasteland, wasteland their wasteland, then play my depths, and produce a merit lodge. And that should pretty much do it. They did take Stitcher's Supplier, though. Which is a little bit weird. Maybe they have Force of Will for the crop rotation. I mean, let's try it. Okay, so they did have Force of Will for the crop rotation. That's fine. I'll make a plant. So that's 5, 6, 7. So I can just cast this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually going to pay it this way. That way I can play around days. I missed 2 points of damage for doing it, but I don't think that matters. Neat. So I can consider bringing in some number. No, I had one more Bayou untapped, right? So I can bring in some number of these. Hold on. You can't spend mana to cast this spell. Oh. Okay. Okay. Guess who's never played with this card before? It's Phil. Strong. Okay, that's good to know. So what's bad against this deck? Crop rotation's always kind of medium against blue decks. Out of fear of it being... Excuse me. Out of fear of it being countered. Maybe I'll trim on those. Maybe I don't need the Assassin's Trophy. Maybe I'm supposed to just like play a couple of decays. I like that I have a decent number of bodies that I can just throw in front of a giant Death Shadow. So that's just not going to like immediately kill me. If I were to cut all of my crop rotations, that would do it. I also don't necessarily like love Thoughtseize when my life total is under pressure. So what happens if I cut these? Like, how many ways do I have to like actually find the combo? I get like Reclaimer as a tutor, and that's it. Maybe I need to keep some number of these. Maybe I cut like 2 Thoughtseize and 2 crop rotations. Or no, I only need to cut 3 cards, three decays. Oh no, I am a 61 card special. That's right. So keep 2 Thoughtseizes, 2 crop rotations. I don't really know if that's right. I'll be fine keeping this. I don't know quite how I'm going to play out this hand yet. I'd kind of like to Satyr Wayfinder and try to find a Dark Depths. But it may just be better to play Thoughtseize and Reclaimer here. I'm going to go ahead and junk the Urborg. Daze, Force, Surgical, Brainstorm. The Surgical's actually kind of annoying since I have the Satyr Wayfinder. But if I take the Brainstorm, their hand does nothing in the short term. I'm going to go ahead and take the Brainstorm, and then I just won't play the Reclaimer into the Daze. Hello. This is very good. So let's play a Reclaimer. I'm going to play out the Dark Depths, I suppose. That way I can represent a kill next turn if I draw a land. That is the thing that would bite me in the butt for doing that. So now my plan is to just beat my opponent to death with creatures. Which probably won't actually be all that hard. So this is actually more valuable than a Hex Mage now. So let's just play out a Hex Mage as a 2/1. See if it gets dazed. It does. Do you have like a Gurmag Angler? That would be kind of inconvenient. So I can get a land out of this. I guess I'll take the Wasteland. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, now I guess I should just go ahead and Wasteland them to play around some sort of like Liliana Edict effect. Now I have the bigger creature on board. Set my opponent back on mana. And I got it like that. Hey, that wasn't so hard. Didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't even know how my Convoke Delve buddy worked, but we got through that anyway. Good stuff. This deck list seems sweet. Don't know that I played optimally. Like, it's possible I'm supposed to just, like, hold the Dark Depths in hand to specifically play around Wasteland. But let's not dwell on the past. We'll look to the future. I'll go ahead and keep this hand. Suspend Ancestral Vision. Okay. What do I think about this? So I could just go for like the hamstring Wasteland you plan and see where that goes. I don't really like Wastelanding against the Ancestral Vision stacks, though. Let's start dumping some dudes into play and see how we feel about it. Like, if they're using their turns to say, like, Abrupt Decay this or Fatal Push this, rather than, like, him to Torok me, I'm pretty happy with that. I have a feeling this is going bye-bye. But I could be wrong. Oh, the Reclaimer goes. So how many does Stitcher Supply put in the graveyard? 3? So it'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just cast this turn now. I mean, I think that's the plan. Wait, can I cast this from my graveyard? Neat. But I can't cast it this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I should have wastelanded him first. You're right, Mats. Oh yeah, you can like use Arbor to convoke even though it's summoning sick. I am learning a lot about this card. I'm really glad that I decided to play this today. Super punished for not playing my mana out the other way. That's okay. So Hogaak is lethal if it is not blocked, which means I can just attack in with everything. Yeah, the list is very good. Very, very good. So my opponent's playing a blue pile O cards, somewhere on the order of Shardless Bug, with Tarmogoyfs. Tarmogoyfs I can jump block basically forever. The question is, like, do I want to board anything? What am I afraid of? Jace bouncing my big legendary threats is kind of annoying, so maybe I should board in Assassin's Trophy. But I don't care too much about, like, the Leovolds and the Tarmogoyfs and such. Sylvan Safekeeper is really for the white decks. I could see trimming some discard or crop rotation for a couple of these, just to have access to them. I don't really know that I even need to sideboard. I think I'm just going to hit submit. We've got a pretty strong opener. Like, we have the combo in hand on turn 2. Never mind, we probably lose the Hex Mage here. Oh, taking the Mox Diamond. It does admittedly slow me down a bit. Because I have 2 enters tapped lands in this hand. So I can just, like, bog them to play Hex Mage on 2, Dark Depths on 3. Or I can fetch Bayou, play Reclaimer, and then have an awkward turn 2. Taking Mox Diamond makes it seem like my opponent's kind of scared. I'm going for the bog. Hex Mage and the Reclaimer. That is mighty rude. Let's make a plan. I can only get up to 5 next turn for Hogaak. Make me sacrifice a plant? That is fear. That is what fear looks like, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really know that I need to Mox Diamond. Like, it puts another card into the graveyard. I can just do that next turn by fetching. So 3, can make it 4/5 this turn. I think I'm just going to play Verdant Catacombs and pass. So the thing about waiting is that there's worlds where I might want to Mox Diamond, pitch the Dark Depths, and fetch with Verdant Catacombs to put multiple cards into the graveyard. Maybe not now, though. So now, like, Jace Bounce is a thing. So now I just have end of turn crop rotation for Thespian Stage, copy Dark Depths, win? You know, that's all predicated on them not having a counter spell. So I can crop rotation with this, send this away, pay with this, copy, so I can still attack with Jace. Or I can still attack the Jace to put up appearances. So I do know that my opponent is playing Liliana's Triumph. Could even have multiple of them. And I'm fine going for it here. My position is bad. Make them have it. You'd like to Assassin's Trophy my Dark Depths. Okay. How about I just get another Dark Depths then? Oh, wow. That too. Do I just play this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I could have 3 more towards the way coming down again, force the Jace to bounce. I don't really dislike that. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Why can't I? Oh, so it like has to be. I see. Thank you. Like I said, very, very clearly I've never played with this card, and I'm not playing Modern, so I'm not used to it being everywhere. Alright, maybe Assassin's Trophies need to come in for the next game. Jace is really obnoxious. I'm going to hold that for before I do something. I think this one's probably lost at this point. These Force of Wills on the Satyr Wayfinders have been, like, surprisingly good. Alright, so how many Liliana's Triumphs did my opponent show me? So they showed me 2 Triumphs, 2 Assassin's Trophies. Okay. That's good to know about. I don't really care that my opponent's playing Leyline, though. Do I play this? I guess I'll hold it. So what's my out? My out is probably like Satyr Wayfinder to block and get me a combo piece, followed by draw other combo piece. See what else you got over there. Alright. So now let's play the Assassin's Trophy. And let's maybe shave some therapies. Because my creatures just weren't sticking around on the board, so I'm probably not going to get the flashback out of that very often. I would like to play first. So this is just a super fair hand where I probably just try to beat my opponent down with a bunch of 3/4s. Never mind, I'll try to beat my opponent down with a bunch of 1/2s. Actually, that's not true. Like, I'll just go for the combo. Cabal Therapy. That's That's pretty okay. So I can play Urborg this turn. End of turn. Or I could even play Dryad Arbor this turn. No. I play one of Urborg or Stage this turn. Send away my Forest for a Depths. Then play the other and go off. Gamer Champ, it's on the screen on the left-hand side if you click the Cardboard Live extension. No, not that. This. We'll keep the one without counters. Okay, is there any card that could beat me that I need to name with Cabal Therapy right here? I guess I could have done this before producing the Merit Lodge to like double check and make sure it's safe. All right, that should do it. This is the problem about like trying to fight this deck with ley lines, right? Like you fight with ley lines, you mulligan to it, you lose to the Merit Lodge portion of the deck. Like I think if you have access to ley lines, you 100% bring them in because like the Stitcher Suppliers, the Satyr Wayfinders, the Reclaimers, all like are graveyard-based elements in this too. But then you just have to worry about being beaten to death by small creatures or being beaten to death by a 20/20 still. All right, I really like the deck design here. This deck seems very good. I have to get used to playing with it. I'm definitely not playing optimally. That should be very, very clear from a couple of the things that I'm saying. This seems powerful. Bob on Twitter was trying to go and stir the pot, and he said that he expected Hogaak to be the next card that was banned in both Legacy and Modern. So that was an interesting thought. Yeah, decks that have multiple win cons that are attacking from different angles are great. I really like that style of deck building. It's part of the reason why these Wrenn and 6 decks that are popping up are good, right? Because, like, say you have, like, a 3 to 4 color Delver deck that has Wrenn and 6. You can fight the Delver end and just absolutely get wrecked by the Wrenn and 6 end. I'm going to keep this one. Like, I have 3 different like 5 of my 7 cards are playable right now, and I'm pretty likely to find a green land at some point. I don't like that I have 2 sides of the same half, and I don't like that a wasteland on this Urborg will wreck me. But I don't think this goes back. Looks like Delver. No wasteland. Stifle, Force of Will, Bolt. I think I'll take the Stifle. So basically, my opponent's hand does nothing right now. Although a Brainstorm would be such a devastating draw. Okay, a Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is fine. So they can counter anything that I play. So I'm going to offer them Hex Mage for their Force of Will or Lightning Bolt. Probably their Lightning Bolt. I want to give them fewer cards in their hand that they can Brainstorm back if they draw a Brainstorm. And I want to use as much of my mana as I can each turn so that when I actually go and get a green source, I can do something with it. Now I'm punished for the line that I took the last turn because I actually did get my green source, though. Let's start here. Official land. Thank you very much for following. I hope you're enjoying the content. Gonna like stifle this? Is that what this slowdown is? A Hogaak and a Cabal Therapy. Cabal Therapy's kind of sweet, given that I know they have Force of Will. Force of Will. Alright. Daze, Spell Pierce, Trop remain. So next turn I can cast this. I probably just want the basic forest. Seeing as the basic forest is currently also a dual land. So as is this combo next turn? 2 mana, get depths, play land, activate copy, and my opponent. Yeah, let me confirm that. So go ahead and play land. Yeah, so this is the combo. Do it in their upkeep. Oh shit, it enters tapped. Oops, 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 oops. That probably doesn't matter. So now let's go ahead and play one of these. Keep the one without counters. Agate, thank you very much for your continued support, by the way. It still kind of freaks me out a little bit that like some of these numbers are up to like 17. Okay, I don't need to attack. I have lethal next turn, so I'll just hold both of these back. So opponent's technically not dead. They could chump block with the Delver and then try to find Brainstorm for double bolt. But it's kind of a weird world where they actually win that game. No, we're on a sweet Turbo Depths build that I quite like. This deck's really cool. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, definitely did not have Stifle. So I think I'll bring in Decays for threats. I don't know that I actually want Assassin's Trophy. So maybe let's do what we did before and like cut down on the crop rotation. Like my opponent has like Daze, Spell Pierce, Force that they're bad against. Right, 61 card special. Red Hot, if I was playing lands, I would be trying Chandra Awakened Inferno in the sideboard. That's what I'd be doing if I was playing traditional lands. I'll keep this one and see where it goes. Like, I have both sides of the combo in hand. And I can attempt on turn 2? That's mighty cool. So I think I go Mox Diamond, discard the County Garden, Thoughtseize, and then make my other plays from there. Actually, I should probably play Thespian Stage as well. Play around days. Okay, so let's go Stage, Diamond, man, it'd be so sick to get a spell Pierce out of this since I have another. Yeah, I wanted to play with the Hogaak deck because, like, I've never done it and I wanted to understand the card, and I'm learning a lot about it. Like, I just haven't played very many matches with it on the other side of the table. So, need to know what's going on. Speaking of knowing what's going on, let's Thoughtseize. And now you're probably going to Spell Pierce this. No. Brainstorm, hide some goodies. I'm fine with that. Death and Taxes is also kind of medium right now. Like, it's still an okay choice, but fighting through Wrenn and 6 and Plague Engineer round after round gets a little old. Well, good God. Wrenn and 6 Wasteland combo is a go. I think I need to take a Wrenn and 6 so I can Abrupt Decay the other one, so I only get Wastelanded once or twice. Boy, it'd really suck if, like, his top card was Surgical Extraction, just to, like, throw that out there. So I think I need to throw away one of these cards to Abrupt Decay that Wrenn and 6 as soon as it comes down. Like, my stuff's getting Wastelanded anyway if I play it out. I want to give myself the ability to go and cast. Like, say, a Satyr Wayfinder if I draw one next turn. Yeah, Mats, I guess I could have gone all in on drawing the land that turn. It's just, it's so bad if I don't hit the land and I hit a spell, though. don't think I'm ready to Cabal Therapy anything away right now. Alright, so I know my opponent has Daze, which I could get rid of with Stitcher Supplier. So I know they have Daze, Bolt. I think this Trop's already been played. I'm not 100% sure. So if they have another counterspell in addition, it's just not good for me to make a move here. I'd kind of rather just wait till I have another land. And then make a play. Plus, ooh, okay. So any creature we draw is nuts, because it basically forces them to Force of Will it. Oh, nice. So this gets probably the Flusterstorm. Hello, would you like to Force of Will my Stitcher's Supplier? I bet you would. Force, pitch a Daze. That's fine. Alright, so now they have a threat. Do I want to throw Hex Mage into the Force of Will, since it probably takes that Stifle with it? Don't think I do. I think I'll wait. Another Stifle. Nope, they're not taking it. There's a draw step pause. They have like surgical extraction and they were thinking about surgicaling me. The degeneracy is going well. I can wasteland them, knock them off green. And try to save this wasteland or try to beat an opposing wasteland later. And try to use this wasteland to bait the stifle that's in their hand. I kind of like doing that. I'm going to do that. I'll do it in their upkeep. See if I can get them to use the stifle. Could not get them to use the stifle. Alright, they had another trop. Oof. Ancient Grudge on both Mox Diamonds here is really rough. Alright, Dryad Arbor is very good. Like, probably game winning. So I name Force of Will here. And I just need them to not have days. Alright, who will win? One insect or one 2020 boy? Yeah, I mean, Delver matchup seems great. We forced my opponent into a position where they were Force of Willing, like, 1 mana 1/1s and 2 mana 1/1s. That should be very, very telling, right? So I think I've been streaming for like maybe an hour. Got a command for that. Let's see. Yeah. So after like the intro and my time to boot up, in an hour, I've gone 3-0 with it being the first time that I've played this deck and like not knowing how some of my cards worked. Should be a good indication of this card's power level. I may need to play some more of this deck. So I've been working on tuning Red Prison. So like I played this in the challenge yesterday. I missed caching on breakers. My breakers were really bad yesterday. I don't really know why, but they were. I've gone through a couple of various builds, but this card is the truth. Chandra Awakened Inferno. I've been super happy with this card. I'll be going up to 3 of them in the next version that I play. Basically, I think Red Prison is very favored against a chunk of the format right now. I'm playing some Abrades, though, because like your Delver matchup isn't that good if you want to go and like play this configuration without the bridges in the main deck. Strifo, you should like honestly just jam a Chandra into your pile. It's probably good. Like, it's so good that I'm considering taking time to brew a specific Chandra deck. So we've got turn 2 combo with Thoughtseize to ram a hole. Ah. Opponent also knows what's up. Alright, they have a Dark Depths. That's not scary at all. At least I can ram mine through. So if opponent just plays out depth, they don't have enough mana to go off, so I can try to Thought Seize. Yeah, so I'll Thought Seize, take away the crop rotation, and then that should pave the way for me going off next turn. Oh shit, my own Urborg. Yay, learning the mirror. It's okay, I have the Satyr step in hand. Or wait, did they have one too? Shit. And my Karakas is in my sideboard, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Was this mine? That was their Shadiri, right? Right? Chat? Am I dumb? Oh, he showed it on Wayfinder. Okay, okay. Alright. Okay. Good stuff. Crisis averted. So I want this. Assassin's Trophy to blow up their lands. Seems good. I'm thinking about the safekeepers. So the thing is, I don't think the discard is particularly good in this matchup. Like, we're going to be fighting on the battlefield for the most part. So, hypothetically, excuse me, I could cut these 8 cards and then bring in some of this stuff. Like, I don't really want to go too ham on surgicals. And I don't really think Sylvan Safekeeper is great. So, like, I can cut the step, but as the games go really long and, like, my Karakas potentially gets destroyed, there's still value in having that around. So, since I'm a 61-card special, I could do this. I think I'm comfortable with that. I could, like, play one more. I could take out one land to play the last Safekeeper. The value in having Arbor around is you can fetch it to help cast your Hogaak. How many of each duel do I need to be able to build all the legacy decks? As a general rule of thumb, you can get by on probably about 3. I'll be keeping this. Like, I have the Karakas, so I'm insulated against my opponent's quick combo. And I can produce a Merit Lodge on turn 2 myself. the old Dryad Arbor start. So I probably don't want to play my Urborg this turn, because it may enable them to, like, play a Hex Mage. To follow up on the dual land question, just a little more. The blue ones are more valuable than the others. So if you're looking to acquire duals for the long term, start with blue ones. If I just play my depths and my opponent has a wasteland, it's kind of awkward. I think I am just going to play depths, though. There's also the possibility that I should just, like, ram out the Mox Time in that turn, too. Alright, so I can not even play the Urborg here. I can just go, like, Mox Diamond, discard Bayou, Verdant, fetch a black source, play Hex Mage, produce it immediately. Actually, maybe I should just get rid of the Call Me Garden. I don't see that. It is for Hogaak, though. So I'll discard Bayou, Verdant, fetch, get the other Bayou, Hex Mage, produce an idiot, make them have it. And I can beat them producing their own Merit Lodge because I have Caracas. What a trump card. And I won the match. Just like that, I'm 4-0. Alright. I'm looking at Matt's breakdown of dual lands here. 4 Trops, 3 Volks, 2 or 3 Underground Sea, 2 or 3 Bayou, 2 or 3 Tundra, 2 Taiga, 3 Savannah, 2 Scrub, 2 or 3 Badlands, 1 question mark Plateau. Yeah, Plateau basically unquestionably the worst dual land. Sees play in very few decks. You need it, like, for Painter and red-white taxes, and that's basically it. It occasionally sees flex play in, like, a blue-white-red Delver or Stoneblade deck. Hard life for Plateau. It used to be that, like, Plateau and Badlands were both quite bad, but now, with Red-Black Reanimator being one of the more popular decks of the format, it's really sort of turned around and become, like, I'm not going to say one of the better dual lands, but a good dual land. Like, Badlands is probably better than Scrubland now. Hey, Simply Cool. I mean, I'm 4-0 with depths, and most of the matches have been pretty easy, even though I've been making mistakes. So, yeah, I'd agree with you. I'd really like a trophy. I keep losing my trophy runs to weird things. So Saturday afternoon, I was off to a great start. I was playing against lands with Red Prison, had, like, Leyline of the Void and Blood Moon in play, and then I got Force of Vigor and lost game 2, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. I'll do it again in game 3. So I open up on turn 1 Blood Moon and turn 0 Leyline, and I got Force of Vigor again. It was just like, come on! This is how I lose my 5-0? This one's got to be a mulligan. If this was a swamp, I'd be slamming the keep button, but this one's no good. This hand's good. I'll keep this one. What am I sending back? I kind of feel like it's the Elvish Reclaimer. I go like turn 1 Stitcher's Supplier. Or maybe turn 1 Thoughtseize. Alright, either way, I'm throwing this back. It's just a question of like, is turn 1 Stitcher Supplier or turn 1 Thoughtseize better? I think Stitcher Supplier. Because then turn 2, I can go Thoughtseize you, Therapy you, Therapy you. Yeah, let's do that off. No, I'll do that off the Bayou. Because if I don't need to flash back the Therapy, then I can use this to get Dryad Arbor and cast my big boy. Oh, hey, a big boy. Well, let's get my 1 point of damage in. A Spell Pierce, you say? I just want to make a plant rather than Cabal Therapy again. It's like I can make a plant, then I have 2 creatures for Hogaak, and then I can like Cabal Therapy next turn. Also fetch Dryad Arbor. I guess these can be done in any order, yeah. And then this can potentially be a Dryad Arbor if one of these gets removed, or if I need to sacrifice this. Ooh, hello. Woo. Foundling Boy, thank you very much for following. I hope you're enjoying the content. So, should the first one of these just name Brainstorm? So the second one can guaranteed hit? I think so. Oh, yeah. We hit. So I can flash it back, name Counterspell, cast Hogaak, and then get in. So they'll play a land, I'll get a hit. They'll play a land, they'll Jace, and then they can bounce it, but I can hopefully just recast by that point. I could also just, like, slow my roll a little bit, flash it back, try to get the Jace out of it right now. Alright, so let's target you. I'll sacrifice my Stitcher Supplier. Ooh, they just counter it. So that's gone. So now I just fetch Dryad Arbor and cast the Hogaak. I get in a hit. Oh yeah, this is actually like really good. I think I just won the game. Alright, so we fetch. Get Dryad Arbor. Cast one of these. Crop rotation this. Get the Wasteland out. Wasteland this Tundra. I have 9 power on board. You need to top deck a Swords to Plowshares. Alright. The Batterskull's a little annoying. It does mean if they hit that next land drop for Jace, I could be in trouble. So end of turn, I'll Thespian Stage, copy my Bayou, and then I get Vampire Hexmage as an answer to the Jace. Alright, my opponent did hit the land drop. So we have a real game now. So as long as their last card isn't Force of Will, it's not. So I kill their Jace. Yeah, technically I could have left one of these untapped by using the Hexmage to also help Convoke. Opponent's doing a great job of fighting back. I thought they were dead for sure. Do I want to do this now? I know they have Brainstorm. So could potentially Brainstorm into just like 2 lands and get me, but if they keep 2 lands in hand, I don't care. Yeah, I just want cards in graveyard, right? So this is totally fine, even if they Brainstorm in response and I get a crappy card, or even if I get no card. If I make their Brainstorm bad, this is worth it. Snapcaster Brainstorm. Okay, sure. So I need 2 more cards in graveyard so I can cast this. Deck's treating me very well. 4-0 currently. Felt like I was in a great position in this game. It's slipping away a little bit. Yeah, this card's quite strong. No, this is still game 1. Yeah, and I'll just be taking that hit. I need to leave 2 creatures around for Hogaak. This is pretty good. This just means I can attempt the combo for a 20-20, assuming this makes it around the table. It is kind of a 2-turn thing, though, unfortunately. Yeah, Stitcher Supplier has been pretty solid. Like, it just enables this so well. Alright, there goes my Reclaimer. It's sort of annoying that that goes to exile. Ooh, Out's quickly disappearing here. So now I have to block one of these. Send the plant in front of the Batterskull there. So I'll copy my Dryad Arbor. That way I still have 2 creatures for this. So I'm going to end up being a card short here. Thoughtseize myself, put one of these into the bin. That's 5 cards. Ooh. Ooh. No, it doesn't work, right? So, like, I Thoughtseize myself, I can cast this, but then they have 2 creatures, and I'll die? Well, I guess, like, make them see it, right? Make them see that they can kill me. It is admittedly a rather obvious line. Which they maybe didn't see because they just countered that instead of killing me. But whatever. Alright. So I feel like we're probably quite favored in this match. I really thought we had that one after we got like that Hogaak on like turn 2 and wastelanded them. But the Batterskull plus Jace dug them out. Or sorry, not Jace. Because I took that. So I probably want the Assassin's Trophies. And I may even want a Decay or two in order to just... Actually, no, this is going to be a Sylvan Safekeeper matchup, right? Because, like, the white exile-based removal is what's actually good against Merit Lodge. So I'm going to want to board in 5 cards this time. So then let's assume that I want to get rid of the crop rotations. And I can probably pretty safely pull the Bojuka Bog out. No, I don't think I want to get rid of the Mox Diamonds. So I think a lot of people in trying to compete with decks like Miracles and Stoneblade that get better as the game goes along, they think, hey, I'll cut these so my top decks endgame are better, but that comes at the cost of your early game where you're actually better against those decks. So I don't think it's like necessarily correct in a vacuum to just go and like always cut your Mox Diamonds against decks like Miracles and Stoneblade. I think that's commonly passed around knowledge, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. So the Bog does have some utility against Snapcasters, but I think like this is better protection. I think I'm going to run this. So I go turn 1, Mox Diamond, discard, Thoughtseize You, Therapy You. I'll keep this. I don't like exactly have a ton going on with this hand, but I can strip my opponent's hand so well. And then kind of hope to draw something. Well, kind of just want to take the Ponder and the Snapcaster for right now. No, I want to get the Snapcaster Mage out of there right now before it gets the opportunity to flashback any of this stuff or before it gets the opportunity to be hidden by a Brainstorm. Because, like, if I need to, I can Sylvan Safekeeper and get rid of the Purge. Or just make it irrelevant. So they played out an island. So I can just... No, I only have 3 cards in graveyard, so this will be 4 cards in graveyard. So end of their turn, I'll get a Dryad Arbor. Elvish Reclaimer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in graveyard. Do I want to take that Purge now? Not really. I think I just cast the Reclaimer and then cast the Hogaak and hope they don't have the white source to send it away. Alternatively, I can Sylvan safe keep. All right. No, I think that's right. So I can sack my Urborg to protect it from Purge if they go for that. They didn't go for it. All right, they drew the land for the Council's Judgment. That's a little unfortunate. They voted for Sylvan Safekeeper. Wow. I mean, I accept this. Ooh, this is so punishing for them. Source of Plowshares as the other card in hand. Swords to Plowshares. Alright, you have Spell Snare and Island left. I have 9 power on board. Hello and good luck. And they've conceded. Good stuff. Going into game 3. For all the marbles. For the 5-0. Can we do it? This looks like it's going to be a keep. Not sure how exactly I'm going to play this one out. This may be a time where I don't even start off going for the Dark Depths side of things. Like, I could Mox Diamond, pitch Dark Depths, cast Cabal Therapy, name something, play Colony Garden, flashback the therapy, name another thing. And then, like, try to go the Hogaak route with this hand. They did not shuffle off the Ponder. His name is Swords to Plowshares with this first one. So next turn they're going to tap out for Stoneforge Mystic. And they already have the Batterskull in hand. So I kind of feel like I should just name their Force of Will. Have them tap out for Stoneforge, then Cabal Therapy the Batterskull away. So there's the Strand. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, and another Colony Garden? That's actually very good. I don't know how to pronounce your name, friend, but thank you very much for following. Alright. Batterskull's donezo. Now, what do I want to take after that? I guess probably the Snapcaster Mage. Because Pierce and Verdict are things that I can, like, kind of go and play around in various ways. I will now block your 1 turn. Your 1-2. I accept your 20-turn clock. Oh, man. Thoughtseize too? Let's strip all the cards. Is the Verdict just better than the Swords to Plowshares? Because I'm planning on going the Hogaak route. And that taking 2 bodies off the battlefield is kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Verdict. So I don't actually have black yet. So I guess I should take either Urborg or Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to take Verdant Catacombs because it can also represent Dryad Arbor. Maybe I should have played out the other Sylvan Safekeeper. I'm unsure about that. My thought was I want to leave this land flexible because I don't know if I need Arbor or if I need another black source. So now these are officially question marks. Alright, so things are slowing down now a little bit. I've got this Cabal Therapy in the bin that I think I'm just going to leave there. I am going to cast the other Safekeeper, though. Yeah, you get one of those. So there's the possibility of Spell Pierce, although that feels like something that would have been shuffled away. Yeah, we have plenty of 2-mana 1/1s. Do I need another Mox Diamond for anything? Probably not. Do I want to play out Urborg and let them tap for mana without fetching? Probably not. Although, like, they do have Spell Pierces in their deck, so I should probably just play this out and just, like, make the soft permission even worse over time. All right. Well, this is something that gets in there and does beating. I am kind of afraid that they have like a Jace or something, and they're just a land drop away from sticking that. But I guess with the Hex Mage on the battlefield now, like, they can have an expensive Brainstorm. So that probably names my Hex Mage. No, it names the Safekeeper. All right, so I have two sides of the same combo piece. I kind of feel like they have Source of Plowshares if they specifically named, or maybe they have Jace. I feel like I should flashback my Cabal therapy and name either Jace or Swords to Plowshares here. It's not Jace, right? Because if it was Jace, they would have Council Judgment away the Vampire Hexmage. But maybe I have no reason to do it now. I guess the answer, the reason to do it now is because I think they're going to point a Source of Plowshares at Vampire Hexmage. All right. Well, that is something I would not have named. Oh, did I forget a Vampire Hexmage attack? Elvish Reclaimer. What does that do? That will get me the entire combo. Okay, so let's Cabal Therapy them. Name Source the Plowshares. Oh, crap, they have Jace. So if I attack with everything, I get Vampire Hexmage back at the cost of my Thespian Stage and Dryad Arbor, probably. Yeah, I know time slow. If I get everything, it clogs the board. They can cast Jace, bounce one of my creatures, become the Monarch again. I think this is worth doing. Yeah, so you Jace, you probably unsummon this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get to remain the Monarch. That's what's important here. Alright. So I'll probably just kill the Jace, but I'm going to wait and see what I draw. Yeah, I'm not going to give them another Jace activation. Because they have Spell Pierce X in their hand. Oh, wow, my opponent's just conceding there. I guess they were Brainstorm locked. That's probably what that's an indication of. Cool. Good stuff. There's a trophy. I don't feel like I worked very hard for that trophy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like I played better in a lot of other leagues that I've played. But the power level of this deck is definitely there. Go again. I mean, I'm not really hungry yet. I don't know that I'm gonna finish this league, but yeah, let's keep playing. I've only been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think I was going to time out. Like, I feel like one way or another, within 2 minutes, that game would have been decided. Whether it was just, like, me beating them to death with the Elvish Reclaimer, or whether it was, like, me just finding the combo off the Elvish Reclaimer. Or me just burying them in cards from my Pretty Pretty Princess crown. Like, one way or another, I feel like I've got that one locked up in a timely fashion. Yeah, so the girlfriend's out of town for some training for work for the next couple of days. So I've got some time. I've got things that I should do, but I can spend a little more time streaming. I didn't really get much of a chance to like stream while at Latin Academy and while in process of moving. So, oh hey Eddie, welcome. So we're running depths back. I just got a 5-0 with this list right here. It's DN Solver's list from a week or two ago. It's quite powerful. Party at my place. It's a very exclusive party. Right now, it's me and her cat. Party of two. Battle, 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 battle. What does my hand do? Turn 1 crop rotation for Urborg. Turn 2 Hexmage Depths, go. Keep. I wonder if my opponent's mulliganing, because I played against them and I was on Red Prison like yesterday. I wonder if they're mulliganing for Red Prison. I'm not going to crop rotation now. I don't remember what my opponent was playing, and I don't really feel like looking it up. I also sort of feel like I should change this forest to a snow-covered forest. Against Prismatic Vista, do I still want a YOLO crop rotation go for it? Kind of do. No, I'm not scared. I'll crop rotation for anything. Oh, sweet, it just works. I mean, there's still plenty of things that can beat me here. A Daze, a Force, a Swords to Plowshares, a Spell Snare. Alright, so we're playing against Delver. So what are you in a Wasteland, friend? The Dark Depths or the Urborg? Because I can totally see arguments for both. Personally, I'd probably go for the Urborg. Like, knocking me off 2 mana is probably very valuable when you're the Delver deck. Funny you should mention that, Foundling Boy. I actually think Burn might be an okay meta choice. You build it differently. Like, instead of Price of Progress, you probably want to play like some Pyrostatic Pillars or something, but I definitely like the idea of like Pyrostatic Pillar and like Sulfuric Vortex, all these like derpy mid-range decks that are running around the format right now. I think there's too many basic lands in the control decks for Price of Progress to be good. I mean, I'm not a Burnt Master or anything, so like maybe 2 mana 4 damage is a fine rate. But like when you have control decks that are literally running 5 basics, it's just scary. Plant. You gonna stifle my plant? I didn't think so. My next turn's pretty sweet. I get to go... Oh, wait, no, I need to put one more card into Graveyard to go Elvish Reclaimer into Hogaak. So, is my opponent just blue-red Delver? Or do they also have red and 6? So probably just blue-red Delver, now that I see that. Crop rotation's interesting. A turn or so down the line, that may enable me to just go off. I kind of just want to crop rotation for a Bayou. Or maybe a Forest. No, probably a Bayou. And then cast the Hogaak. Because I'm not going to combo off through the Wasteland currently. And this would put, like, the one more card in Graveyard that I need. Alright, so let's float a mana, because I want to keep this green source, I think. So let's crop rotation. Rotate away my swamp. Get Bayou. Use the Bayou. Cast Elvish Reclaimer. Now, we Hogaak. They have Force, it super sucks for me. Oh, they don't have Force. Well, friend, how do you feel about an 8/8? How does that compare to your 1/3 flashback boy? Given their mana base, I don't think they're a 4-color Delver deck right now. So I've probably taken over this game. If they play another threat this turn, they might be able to race me. Double Wasteland. Alright, well, I'm certainly not comboing off. Elvish Reclaimer can go and get a land. Do I have a utility land that I'd want to get? I can just leave up getting, like, Satyr Step. Yeah. I think I want to turn it into a 3/4. So what do I send away? Just like, I could send away the depths and just replay a depths. Actually, I think I'll just wait until they target it with a bolt, and then I'll do it. Or no, the land's gonna enter tapped, isn't it? Yeah. So my way to do that was legend rule my depths to itself and activate the Reclaimer. The Snapcaster for Bolt would have gotten me regardless. Well, maybe not. Right. Lightning Bolt, target me. I kind of thought that needed to hit the Reclaimer. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what's in their hand. I feel like the only way they win this game involves, like, getting through with their creatures on the ground. If they have another bolt or removal spell, then, like, what they did's fine. Oh, just bolt me again. Alright. No attacks? What? How are you going to win, friend? Don't you have to attack and, like, try to bolt the Reclaimer? I kind of just want to get another Colony Guard and just have another chump blocker on the ground. Because that's about the only way I see myself losing. I guess I can Cabal Therapy and take whatever their card is. How about a Stifle? It is an island. Good news for Phil fans. Yeah, I kind of just want to Legend Rule my Dark Depths to my Dark Depths. Turn this into a big creature so it can't be bolted. And can still, like, block. Oh, actually, it's possible that it's better for me to use this to tutor up a Wasteland than to save it back as a blocker. You have Daze an Island versus an 8/8. You don't have enough power to take the Hogaak off the board. I guess you can live. Alright, good stuff. So against Delver, I want a couple of Abrupt Decays, and that's probably it. What was I doing before? I was cutting the crop rotations. But I'm a 61 card special, so I have to keep one. Looks good. Delver matchup feels absolutely great. And that's a good place to be as far as Legacy deck building goes. If you have a good Delver matchup and you're good against, like, some portion of the rest of the metagame, like, you're generally going to be a good deck. think about Death and Taxes, for example. It's got a great Delver matchup, so even when the rest of the meta game is a little hostile towards it, it still usually ends up being a fine deck until things get out of control and we get into check pile territory. On my opponent's sideboarding, I started playing Hollow Knight this week. Game's interesting. Visually, it's really cool. Graphically, it's very unique. I love the style. But I'm a little frustrated by some of the gameplay. I'm 8 hours in. How do I feel about this hand? So I don't really have any gas. I have a lot of lands. If I keep this one, I probably keep this until it's outside of bolt range, which means I'm not really doing anything. I don't know that this hand's good enough. I'm going to think about this one for a second and answer some chat questions. I think I'm going to ship this one. I didn't actually answer any questions. I'm a liar. Keep? And I'll ship back the second Mox Diamond here. I don't feel good about D&T right now. One thing of note, XJ did win that 10K, but they split top 8. So, in reality, his record was X1-1 plus finals. I'm just not so hot on running X1s into Ren and 6 and Plague Engineer. XJ is doing fine with it, but I'm trying to find. Oh, piercing my diamond. I mean, I accept that. I'm sort of trying to find a deck that has an average win rate. Oh, geez, that's a really good first turn for them. I'm trying to find something to play that has very consistently over a 70% win rate, and I know that's ambitious, but that's kind of where I'd like to be right now. And I feel with D&T I can probably hit maybe high 60s over time. But that's me. But I don't think the average player is going to have that good of a time being on D&T right now. I do like XJ's list, though. I'd be comfortable bringing something like that to an event. Bolt my Stitcher supplier? Yes. Thank you. Get it in there. Put a Hogaak in there. I like the triple Cataclysm in XJ's list. And the triple Council's Judgment. If you're going to continue to play D&T, you have to do something to hedge against beating the mid-range decks. And having extra answers to Planeswalkers, having 6 answers to them, that seems quite powerful. Yeah, but I think Crusader's a fine place to be, and I think Spirit Keeper's a fine place to be. I think we're moving far enough away from like the Dreadhorde Arcanist bolt dominated territory to more like Grixis to 4-color mid range decks dominating. Don't really love my hand. I love my hand if I get green. So I can play this around a Pierce. What would I therapy? I could also just like take this turn to Thespian Stage my Swamp and just turn this into a basic. Let's do that. Alright. A Spell Pierce. I can play around that. I also may take it with the therapy. Just like see what's going on the other side so I know for later. The therapy is just so much better if I have a body, though. So anyway, back to Hollow Knight, just to talk about something while my opponent's playing cards. I'm getting a little frustrated with the game because like I want to like the game because like it's very pretty, it's very interesting. I really like the concept, but then there's a decent amount of things like kind of forcing you to like grind health in order to reattempt puzzles that are intentionally quite difficult, and that's been a major turnoff. A Hex Mage. I like that. So I think I'm going to Cabal Therapy them. I'll name the Spell Pierce. That's a guaranteed hit. I'll see if there's a Bolt. If there's not a Bolt or a Daze, I'll just play out the Hex Mage. Oh, geez. Alright. Actually, this is good, right? So now I play out the Hex Mage, and I just sack it, take double Bolt. Alright, so now they have Force of Will as their only card remaining. As soon as I get a green source, I have the Delver answered. Feel very, very good about the position. And they like showed me they don't have the Force up either. Okay, so now any land is now also turning on green for me. All right, we can just play a 2-2 or a 2-1. I'm not above that. also be super happy if my opponent forced this. This card's not really doing anything right now. Spell Snare. Sure. Wasn't particularly expecting Spell Snare. Alright, so now they have Hardcast Force of Will available. That doesn't really matter so much. I have the Decay. This is getting a little frustrating. I've not seen a green source all game. Because like this was countered. Am I really gonna lose this game like this? Oh wait, shit. I was so focused on the fact that that was a redundant copy that I didn't play it to the Mox Diamond. Well, I would have gotten Force of Willed anyway. But that's still, like, definitely a mistake on my end. So, like, if this gets forced, it's over. Alright. So I pitch the Urborg. I play a Colony Garden. Now I need this Delver not to flip. Alright. I don't think I'm digging myself out of this one because, like, the 4th Lightning Bolt's in the deck somewhere. Vapor Snag? Alright. So that actually kills me. Because I can get rid of this and then die to the Delver beating in. Womp womp. Alright, so we're going to game 3. I've already sideboarded. I like how I've sideboarded. I feel like we lost that one for being unlucky. I made a misplay towards the end there. If I would have cast the Mox the previous turn, I could have put an Elvish Reclaimer into play. And then the Vapor Snag just would have beat me. Anyway. Like if I go for a Merit Lodge. Or they just like attack in and bounce the Elvish Reclaimer. So I still think I'm losing that one. Regardless. But it doesn't change the fact that I made a mistake. This is kind of an awkward hand. So I go turn 1 Reclaimer, it can just get bolted. Then my follow-up play is like Wasteland them. But I guess like technically like I have 2 sides of the combo plus some redundancy for afterwards and an answer to a Delver. So I guess this is a keep, just not a good keep. I don't even think there was a problem identifying the best play. It was just like me getting tilted at drawing another Urborg and whacking the F6 button before I thought. So I think I like wastelanding them so I can't get dazed and then playing Stitcher's Supplier. Alright, I'm still a 1-2, but I have 2 lands in the graveyard now. One card away from casting Hogaak. I'm unsure if I will cast Hogaak next turn. Ooh. So 4, this would be 7, and I can play Hogaak around Daze. And then if that doesn't work, I still get like Abrupt Decay this Delver and work towards Depths combo. I like it. Brainstorm for that Force of Will. Note, I do now know that they have Vapor Snag. So it's not like this hitting the table is just game over. It can be bounced. Blazing Volley? That's pretty good. Kind of. It's weird. Like, it's a 2-for-1, but it may end up like just enabling me to recast Hogaak if it gets bounced, or make my Elvish Duder big. It does take me off of Erupt Decay mana. Like, now I just have 11 power in play. Another Delver's good. So I could use this to tutor. But I don't think I need to do that. I'd rather just get a hit in with it. Because then that means, like, Hogaak is lethal in 1 hit, unless they double block. And my Elf is lethal in 2 hits. I'm also just really hoping that I can draw a colored source to just take them off of basically any chance of winning. Like, with Double Delver in play and that Lightning Bolt, they can potentially steal the game. Ah, so they're planning on bolting it down. Like, block, block, then bolt it. I think I just accept that and then try to kill them with this. Alright, and we just win that match. Good stuff. So we're now on a 6-0 run with this deck. I'm going to take 30 seconds and run to the restroom, and then we'll go into, what will that be, round 7? Good stuff. Be right back. Hey folks, welcome back. Phil Gallagher here for some more Hogaak Depths. So we're currently on a 6-0 run right now, which is pretty impressive. Oh, Snuffleupagus. Yes, I could have just used my Elvish Reclaimer to go and get Sajiri's Step, give it Pro Blue, and guarantee the kill that turn unless they have Vapor Snag, but given that playline, they didn't have Vapor Snag. So yeah, definitely could have played that one better. Like I'm super inexperienced with the deck. It is the deck's power that is going and getting these wins, not my my play skill here. How's the deck feel? Well, I'm 6-0. I've been making lots of mistakes and still winning all the time. So that should answer that question. I know this player. I think I played against him on Delver recently. What does my hand do? My hand is just like a weird... I mean, it's a keep. So I think I ignore this Wasteland. And go discard. So if I take their Inquisition, I can then Cabal Therapy 2 of their cards on the next turn, which I think I'm fine with. It'd be super awkward if they draw Brainstorm. So I Cabal Therapy you. Let's take the Gurmag now. So I can just play another plant here. Cabal Therapy you. I guess I named the Bolt. No, I guess it's the Force. Because that means this can potentially resolve a turn or so down the line. We're still a little ways away from that happening. But with the 2 discard spells, we've gotten 3 cards out of it. We need to fill some more cards in the graveyard to get this out of the way. But oh, did you draw like it there? What do you have? Are you just fetching now? Okay. A Hex Mage. If I play that, that's just going to get lightning bolted, but do I care? Not really, honestly. Because, like, this is the real prize of this hand. I think I'll just get Basic Swamp. So Hex Mage gets bolted. Nope. There's a Delver. So they have Lightning Bolt and Daze. So let's go pay, 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 pay. Got the Daze beat. Do I want to take that Bolt out of their hand? No, I think that can stay. And I think this is a time to just turn as many cards as possible sideways. And they're done with me. Let's sideboard, do the same thing we've done the last couple of matches. In with 3 decays, out with 3 crop rotations, and call it good. So I kind of have half of everything with this hand. Like, I have a little bit of disruption, I have a little bit of acceleration, I have stability of mana if I desire that. I kind of feel like the hands with, like, the Stitcher Suppliers and the, like, Satyr Wayfarers and such are going to be better hands. But this is like a Vampire Hex Mage, a Stitcher Supplier, an Abrupt Decay, even a Satyr Wayfarer, away from being really good. I think I'm going to keep this given how many decent draws I have, but I think this hand is medium. This Bog is probably getting pitched to my Mox Diamond. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So let's play Verdant Catacombs, play Mox Diamond, discard the Bog. Is this a hand where I want basics? It might be. Let's start with this Thoughtseize and see what's going on the other side. Daze, Dreadhorde, and Bolt. Well, I can play around Daze and Bolt relatively well. I can't really play around, like, Dreadhorde plus any top deck cantrip. I think that's going to let things spiral out of control. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And then just pass. No need to ram my mini Tarmogoyf into a Daze. No flip. So their final card is not a spell. I know that much. Oh, nice. So I can actually turn Elvish Reclaimer into a 3/4 this turn. So let's Cabal Therapy you. You Lightning Bolt me in response. Deal. You would like to daze me. Let's get a basic swamp there. And pay. Yes. So what do you have? My thought is they have days. Otherwise, I think they just like Cabal Therapy and let me take the days. And just like keep the Bolt around for later. So I think it's days. Nope, it's just land. Bulk Wasteland. Oh yeah, you're right, they can't have days. Yep, you're right, I was dumb. Oh, and they played another land other than the ones that I know about. Alright, the Cabal Therapy not looking so hot. So I can try to work towards the combo. But they have this wasteland that I know about. So it would really take me like 2 turns. Maybe I should work towards getting a Hogaak. Like I can play depths out. Yeah, so I think I play depths out past the turn. Then end of their turn, activate, sacrifice my depths, get the garden, and get Hogaak. And then I'll have 11 power coming in. What am I missing here? This is a 3/4. The remaining cards are 2 volcanic islands. I'm not missing anything, right? No, I don't think I'm missing anything. No, but I think their 2 cards are volcanic island. Did they just not realize it turned into a 3/4? And they... Nice. So I should really take a hit in with this while it's a 3/4. Let's be good. Let's leave a land in the graveyard rather than a therapy. I have a therapy in hand. Am I actually going to lose this one? My Bojuga Bog is awkwardly in the graveyard. Or no, I can... Uh-oh. So I can get a Dark Depths, but it enters tapped. That doesn't matter. I can play the stage, but the Wasteland knocks me off of that combo. Then Arcanist plus Delver attacking in is lethal. I could attack in for 11. That's not good enough. The lands enter tapped. That's the problem. So I can't like get Wasteland, destroy that, then produce Merilage. If this bog wasn't in here, I just bog them, and that's that. Oh, I think I've lost. I'm trying to figure out if there's any other way I can do this. Well, I guess my out involves them not wastelanding me. Yeah, the waste is the problem. And it's super inconvenient that the bog is not accessible. Goodbye, plant. No, on elf. Shrink those. Sure. Yeah. They have seen the line. That is unfortunate. All right, we get another game. We get another game. So Scooter, I just kind of looking at the stuff here. I don't think you really want to dilute your deck with too many utility lands, because a lot of times against the blue decks, you're boarding out your crop rotations anyway. So having access to a maze isn't actually all that amazing. I'll be keeping this hand. Looks quite good. Looks like it's going to be a Hogaak hand. Yeah, and like the maze still loses to the wasteland that's on the field anyway, right? So, a lot of ways to play this first turn. I think I just like playing a 2-drop before they have days available. Like, I think I just play turn 1 Satyr Wayfinder, see if I can go and find a Dark Depths. I think Colony Garden is the least valuable of my lands. So let's go Mox Diamond, pitch the Colony Garden, Verdant Catacombs, fetch, and I feel like this can just be basics. Get a swamp, Satyr Wayfinder. Dude, yes. I will take a Dark Depths. So now if I'm willing to run Vampire Hexmage into days, I can attempt Merit Lodge on turn 2. Yeah, Agate, you're right. At the same time, it does open us up to just getting wastelanded, but, you know. So I kind of like playing Hexmage into days without playing a land. And then if it does get dazed, play Urborg and Stitcher Supplier. Alright, friend, show me Vapor Snag then. Oh, nope, I just win. Hey, isn't that nice? We're on a 7-0 run now, folks. Feels good. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're gonna be playing against Loam this time. I'll be keeping this hand. So how fast can I Goldfish? So go turn 1, turn 3, I guess. So turn 1, Urborg Thoughtseize, so I don't get like destroyed by Chalice. Then turn 2, I play my green source. Probably Colony Garden. Then turn 3, I Crop Rot. A lot of things can go wrong. But as long as I'm not getting chaliced on turn 1, I think I like my odds. I mean, I guess Ren and 6 Wasteland Lock could get going on turn 2, theoretically. That would also be very bad. So they can't actually cast. Well, no, they can. They can still turn 1 Ren and 6. It's a very good 5-card hand. I do need to take the Chalice of the Void, I think. I just don't really think I can beat it. Like, the Ren and 6 is just going to get them Prismatic Vista back as of right now, so I just need them not to hit Wasteland. What a stellar 5-card hand, though. I think this is going to be my last one. It's starting to feel like lunchtime for me. I hope you're enjoying this. It's been a great run today. Ooh, Mox Diamond. Does that mean I can just produce Merit Lodge right now? Mox Diamond. Discard Dryad Arbor. Play Thespian Stage. No. No, I need 1 more mana. So what's my best line? Just play a land that I can crop rotation away for next turn, and play the Reclaimer to pressure the Ren and 6? Yeah. So let's go Colony Garden. Mox Diamond. Discard the Dryad Arbor. Play the Elvish Reclaimer. And then next turn I make a 20/20. So how bad's my life if they get Wasteland here? Well, let's find out. Yeah, I think it's Hogaak time. I'm just figuring out how I want to do it. Like, I'm going to play this out. I have 3, 4, 5. So if I crop rotation for either Colony Garden or a fetch land, that will get there. So I go crop rotation for fetch land. Fetch, Thespian Stage, copy a forest, create a Hogaak. Or yeah, okay. So let's go crop rotation, sacrifice this. That's the 4th in graveyard. Let's get a fetch land. So Elvish Reclaimer is big right now. I can also just get like a Dryad Arbor off of this and Hogaak while also hitting red and 6. Which seems good. Oh god, my Dryad Arbor is not in the deck right now. Oh no. Oh no. That's okay. Like, it's bad, but it's a recoverable mistake. I've stabilized my mana base, so I'm not just getting wastelanded into oblivion. That's a frustrating mistake. Oh, you have your own Elvish Reclaimer. That's cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Never mind. Never mind, everything's okay. So do I want to turn my Colony Garden into another Colony Garden before I make Hogaak? Yeah, I think I do. I want to leave more lands in the graveyard to make my creatures big. Or specifically my Elvish Reclaimers. Opponent has 1 land in graveyard currently. If they have Karakas, it enters tapped anyway. So, like, I get a turn. But Karakas is often in the sideboard. But I'm going to operate under that assumption, because operating under that assumption makes this game much easier to win. Like, I already should have had this out for a turn. I think I'm like 7-0 right now, so the Hogacking is going quite well. Ooh, a Vampire Hexmage. Well, that's pretty okay. Means if they ever tap that Wasteland, they die. So let's see if we can kill the ren insects. Some things may occur, but I think it's worth taking that thing off the table. So if you get any ridiculous land, I can just wasteland it. So I think I'm going to be using Elvish Reclaimer to get a wasteland. They'll probably wasteland my wasteland. Another Vampire Hexmage. Alright, so they have a 3/4 now. So I can threaten the 20/20. The Caracas is still a problem. And the Elvish Reclaimer as a 3/4 is going to clog up my board. I guess I can attack in with both of these, see if they block my Hexmage. If they block my Hexmage, I bog them. Let's start there. Alright. So first strike damage occurs. I think I lose the ability to cast my other Hexmage if they have another Wasteland in order to do this. You're getting another activation out of it. What are you getting? Another Wasteland, I see. Yeah, I don't think I want to recast this into the Caracas. I think I'll just try to copy their Wasteland with my stage at some point to take out their Caracas. Alright, Volrath Stronghold's pretty good. So if I use this, if I use a stage to copy the wasteland, they just respond by wastelanding my stage. If I use this stage to copy, I'm not going to eat up too much of my clock thinking about this. I'm already a little behind on time, and this is going long. Somewhat surprised they didn't just Bullrat Stronghold this back to the top. Oh, I guess I nuked their graveyard, so it's just small. Maybe I should have played my Hex Mage instead of doing that. But it does price them into using the Wasteland on their turn. This could be one I could go back and rewatch later and get something from. Dryad Arbor? I'm good with that. So have I used my Dryad Arbor yet? All right, now they're getting back their Elvish Reclaimer. Congrats! Welcome to one of the greatest formats of all time. It's wonderful here. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so I don't have my Dryad Arbor left. Let's just get a Bayou. So if I attack in with everything, I probably push 4 damage through. But it's possible they block a Hex Mage. If they block a Hex Mage, I hit them for 5, go down to 4. Then I hit them for 2, bring them down to 2. I think I'm fine with that. End of turn, I think I'll be making a Volrath Stronghold. I just want to have that utility, I think. Yikes. Yeah, once you've lost to elves, you know what it's like to be a D&T player. That's the real experience. What does Urborg do? Does that do anything? Not really. So I can pay 2 mana, put this on top of my library, still have 2 other mana up. If I put this on top of my library, I draw it next turn, I play it, and then I can try to go lethal in one go instead of just like making an attack in for 2 right now. So I need them to not draw another body. I assume this is just going to be thinning. Wasteland. Yeah, that's fine. I knew Caracas was going to be hard to beat, but I didn't realize it was going to be this much of a beating. I would have played a little differently earlier if I knew that. I mean, that's just free for me. Oh, I should really keep this in mind for future turns. This may allow me to present lethal. Isn't Legacy a neat game, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, so I'm presenting lethal next turn with an attack in. Given the Satyr step line, maybe I should just attack with both of these this turn. This is a little soft up Punishing Fire. But I'd like to get their life total down to 2. Getting their life total down to 1 is even better. Another Wasteland. So do I want to copy your Wasteland, or do I want to copy your Volrath's Stronghold? I think I want to copy your Wasteland. Because again, whenever this Caracas goes down, they're just going to lose the game to it. So they're priced into wastelanding my wasteland. Opponent said, oops, misclicked there, went too quick. Oh, that was like 9 minutes ago. What a game. I did not expect to take that one down. Alright, so how do I want to fight this deck? I need answers to that Caracas. So Assassin's Trophy's coming in. I probably need to do something to fight against like their Wastelands / Ren and 6. So these are probably good. I don't really know how great the discard's going to be, since so much of the game is going to be on the battlefield, and the games are going to go long. I kind of like junking my discard and just playing more spells. So Sylvan Safekeeper can be a way to go and fight against Caracas. And I can also consider Abrupt Decay for like Chalice and Ren and 6. The issue being that Sylvan Safekeeper itself is bad against Ren and 6. So my opponent will have Caracas that Safekeeper's good against. They'll also have maybe 2-ish Swords to Plowshares, unless they're keeping Chalices in. This might be a Chalice and Swords to Plowshares simultaneously matchup. I think I need some of these. Is this a time where I, like, trim Mox Diamond? It's protected against Wasteland, though, which is really good. Alright. What if I play, like, 2 Surgicals, 2 Safekeepers, and trim a Diamond? Actually, I should probably trim a Hogaak, but yeah. This will be a keep. Green Sun for Dryad Arbor. So I get to make a choice about what I want to do with this land. I think if my opponent gets Wasteland Recursion going, I'm not going to win this game. I'm going to take a Bayou here and start off with Stitcher's Supplier and see if I can turn this into a quick Hogaak hand. I think I win this game going quick. Trinisphere plus Wasteland is strong. Alright. New plan. Trinisphere is not stock in a build like this. Makes me very glad I have the decays. Chalice on 1 makes life hard. Let's try to kneecap them here. And then next turn I'm going to Hogaak. Or no. I need 3 mana to do that still. Oh. Shit. Alright, I think this one's lost. The answer is not the way I want it to. I'm pretty sure I can't, like, I literally can't cast this, right? It doesn't matter because I'm not going to. Because that. It's going to hang out in my graveyard. So is... Chalice on 1 and Chalice on 2. So I'm just going to confirm that I can cast this. And then I'm going to concede. Alright, I can cast it. So I guess since like the Convoke and Delve stuff is done after cost setting, it's done in payment. That's why Trinisphere isn't checking to see if you paid any mana on it. So now that I know about like that there's 3 balls and chalices, does that incentivize me to go and like play more discard? Like these are my answers. Maybe when I'm on the play, I should have some of these Thoughtseizes in here to try to punch an initial hole, and maybe I should trim one of these. And just say, like, alright, if you get the Wasteland lock going, you've got me. Oh, great. My hand's very bad now. So I guess it's like play Reclaimer, try to get Dark Depths, play Hex Mage. Do this off of non-basics to leave myself with the flexibility. Opponent's deck seems very well suited to tear me apart. Actually, I should really just take out a mana source here. This is kind of crazy, but I think this is my best path to victory. Like, let's punch a hole and just try to aggro them out. Yeah, that Chalice is fine. I have a Hex Mage to answer it if I need to. You probably have more basic lands, so I shouldn't just, like, get rid of this. Minus and kill a Hex Mage. Because if you do, I just target Ren 6. Alright, you're taking a land out of it. That's fine. Alright. Do I take the... I guess I take the time to kill the Ren 6. By actually attacking it. We're just gonna insulate this in case that becomes relevant, because I don't think holding up Assassin's Trophy is going to be particularly relevant. Got my opponent on a 3-turn clock. I can Assassin's Trophy any sort of, like, knight sort of body that they put in the way. We'll see if this ends up being good enough. Oh, son of a bitch. That's very good. That's very good. So that'll kill this. This is super unfortunate. Now I think I basically have to take that off the battlefield. That gives him a land. Their top decks are going to be much better than mine because of their ley line. Yeah, a depths would be real killer. Alright, do you have a card left or is it a land? It's a land. 2 damage to me. The good news is if they just like top deck a planeswalker, I have that covered. Got an arbor? Yeah. Son of a bitch. I guess the Wasteland isn't that bad because I can still produce a Merit Lodge through it. Because I could like use my Thespian, or no, my Thespian stage as a forest. Eh. So if I draw depths, I activate my stage, targeting it. And then if they Wasteland me, I respond with Hexmage activate. I don't like this. This is just a Chalice. Green sun for 5. Do you have like a Thragtusk? Oh, Titania. That is devastatingly good. Alright, I think my window to win this game passed right there. No, I think I'll just die to elementals. Oh, you mean the previous turn? Yeah. Like, every turn prior to the Wasteland, Depths was a kill. And then even this turn, it would have been fine. Now I think I'm on no outs because the elementals just beat me. Alright. Alright. Now it's like Wasteland Recursion too, plus like bonus elementals. Alright, is there a way? So these don't trample. So this is. So I need to block 2 of these. So if I block 2 of these, it's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I need to block 3 of them in order to not die, which means I have nothing left on board. Yeah, and then even if I produce Merit Lodge, I'd die. GG. That was a crazy, crazy match. That's the end of the streak. So that was a 7-0 streak, and then a loss in a very, very long, drawn-out game. Super happy with that one. You know, draws could have been a little better for both of us at various points of the game. That was crazy. All right, folks, it is lunchtime for me. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did enjoy this content today, please consider doing something to support my channel, whether that's following, subscribing, or doing a donation deck list or supporting Daily D&T on YouTube. Yeah, Connor, that was a great game. Really needed to rip Adepts there at some point in those last, like, 5-ish turns or something like that. I figured that, like, going and hitting your mana with the Abrupt Decay on, like, turn 1 or 2 there was probably my best path to victory, and I stand by that decision. Yeah, like, I needed a Depths, a Crop Rotation, or a Reclaimer real bad. Yeah, that's one I might rewatch later. Anyway, let's chat about this later, Connor, if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to go ahead and check and see who I can host here. Looks like someone named Tony Scaponi is playing some Blue-Red Delver. Let's host them. Cheers, folks. Have a good rest of the day.